Radio app.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily express the views or opinions of Equity Media, its management, staff, or affiliates of WBOK.
Good afternoon, listening audience and Radio Land. We are here once again, and we're about to be, as always, black to business. So I hope you're enjoying your lunch break, and I hope you're eating something good. And I will do a shout out to Willie Mays, where we had First Friday last week. So if you're looking for somewhere to go, you can go on over to Willie Mays on Barone and get some of the best fried chicken outside of my mama kitchen. So today we have none other than our radio guest, my friend, a Southern Knight, who is the president and CEO of Inclusive Care, and also she is the 2026 Queen Select 3 of the Mystic Crew of Music. And I would like to introduce to some and present to others my dear friend, Dr. Chandra Williams. So, Doc, how are you today? And can you tell the listening audience, can you say hello to them? And not only that, but who is Dr. Chandra Williams? Can you tell them who you are?
Yes, it is a pleasure. I'm so super excited. You have such an amazing way to hype people up. So thank you for being my hype person. So it's such a pleasure to be here. And provide just who I am as a person and what we do at Inclusive Care and how we care and love on our community. So I am a native New Orlean. I like to say that I was born, raised, and live and play in New Orleans. I actually reside in Jefferson Parish and work in Jefferson Parish as well. So I'm a mother. I am a leader. I'm a wife, of course, and a steward and servant. That's my favorite role.
All right. And also, she is a phenomenal woman. And by looking at her and knowing her the way I've known her for so many years at the Southern University A&M College, and with her riding with me when I was Zulu Witch Doctor in 22 and so forth and so on. And there's so many great things to say and so many great stories to tell. But I found a song by C5 called Phenomenal Woman, and it has an intro with Dr. Maya Angelou speaking of her poem, Phenomenal Woman. And I attached that song to your information that you were going to be here on the show today. So how did you get started with Inclusive Care, and how did you become the president and CEO?
Yes. So, and thanks for that. Kudos again. Of being phenomenal woman. I'm glad that I can be a phenomenal woman and hopefully help to lift others up to be phenomenal women. So my journey with Inclusive Care started 13 years ago in 2012. I, before coming on to Inclusive Care, I always have been in healthcare. I'm actually probably 2.5 decades in healthcare space. I worked with mostly vulnerable populations or patients who typically were either on Medicaid or did not have access to insurance at all. And so that's what is considered to be vulnerable, if that's too strong of a word. But nevertheless, so it's my vigor that started my journey or I guess making me positioned to be Inclusive Care's CEO. So in 2016, actually prior to 2019, I'm sorry, in 2019, we actually changed the name from Jefferson Community Healthcare Centers to Inclusive Care. So we wanted to make sure, the board of directors wanted to ensure that patients and community did not feel that there was any geographical boundary that would separate them from access to care. So when someone hears the name Jefferson Parish or Jefferson in the name,
Right.
it sort of denotes that you must reside in that parish, and that was not actually the case. Our patients come from everywhere
Okay.
across the greater New Orleans area.
So that leads me to a question that I had circled. It says, explain the meaning of inclusive care, health care for all.
Yes.
So that's a segue that you was just alluding to answering that question.
Absolutely. So inclusive care is just that. And we are challenged each and every day. If inclusion is in our name, we must be inclusive. So that means that we are servicing patients irrespective of their geographical location, as was mentioned, their racial background, their cultural experience, their upbringing, their dialect, their dialogue, or language. So we're proud to say that we try to have a representative sample of our patients in the employees that we hire,
Okay.
so that it makes that more attractive and accessible and speaking the language of our patients.
Okay. And you do hire a lot of employees at Inclusive Care. In particular, when I was at the New Orleans Job Corps, we had some young ladies who was in our CNA and CMA program that went on to Inclusive Care as work-based learning, and then they went on from being on work-based learning, which was an intern, to actually becoming hired at Inclusive Care. So we thank you for doing all of that and for being who you are. How is Inclusive Care involved in the local community?
Yeah, so we like to wrap our hands around our community. I guess it would be fitting to say that 21 years ago, when we were established after the crisis of this area. What is that? Hurricane Katrina.
Mm.
And so I like to say that being born out of crisis means that we're always ready for crisis. Now, technically, hopefully, we don't experience crisis all the time, but we want to make sure that we wrap our hands, our arms around our patients. So we are on every street if we need to be, wherever we have to go in order to outreach to our community so that they are aware of the services that we provide. If there's vaccination, specifically during the COVID epidemic or pandemic, I should say, we were right with our community, recognizing their needs and educating and vaccinating. So we continue that practice today.
Okay. So with that being said, um, tell us about the upcoming events for Inclusive Care, in particular, the Inclusive Care Fall Fest.
Yes, I'm so glad you asked that question. So, our sixth annual Fall Foodies and Festivities, this is a fall season. There's a lot happening in the greater New Orleans area, and Inclusive Care is happy to be one of those festivals. We are expecting more than 300 or more individuals. It will be held on November the 1st. It's at the Bonnable Boat Launch. If you don't know where the Bonnable Boat Launch is, you just simply exit Bonnable from the I-10, head straight to the river, and you are able to find, or the lake, I should say, the lake, and you should find us right there. It's usually beautiful, beautiful fall weather, and it's going to be filled with fun, food, vendors, and of course, entertainment.
Oh yeah.
So, some of our entertainment you want to ask?
Please.
Okay.
Please let the listening audience know.
So, Tanya Boyd Cannon is on
Okay.
fire.
All right,
She's
Tanya.
on fire. She shout out to Miss Cannon. So she is going to be our closer or our headliner for
Okay.
the festival. We have a Latin American band. We will also have 4x4 featuring Clark Knighton. I should say Clark Knighton's 4x4 band, featuring none other than Grand Marshal for the Crew of Music this year, Rochelle Cook. So
Okay.
you all are in for a treat.
Oh, yeah.
Asada Renee with her greatest hits, so we can't wait to hear from her. Along with DJ Polo, he's everyone's DJ, right?
Everywhere. So is that DJ Polo Dad or DJ Polo 504?
Uh, Dad. I'm
All
gonna
right.
say Dad.
All right.
Yes, he
Big
is.
Polo.
He is Inclusive Cares' designated
Gotcha.
DJ.
Shout out to both Polos, DJ, the original DJ Polo, and my Witch Doctor 23, DJ Polo 504. All right, at this time, if you have anything you want to ask the good doctor, the good queen, or you just want to be a part of the conversation, dial in or call in to 504-582-9422. Now, I know you got some inclusive care questions out there because inclusive care is popping up everywhere. And I know, if I know her like I know her, there will be more spots and more places that inclusive care will be at. So let's get on back to the conversation. So what initiatives or events do inclusive care support or host?
Yeah, so we host our many different events. This month we're celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and so we're proud to provide mobile mammography services at our 3 physical locations.
Okay.
That's in Jefferson Parish. If you wish to know where we're going to be and when those will be, you can, of course, visit the website at www.inclusivecare.com. If you include the E after inclusive, you will not get us. So it's kind of a original name, if you will.
Okay.
So it's inclusive without the E, CARE care.com.
Ah, okay. So what message do you want to send to inspiring visionaries such as yourself?
Some of I can probably go on and on, but what has been sort of a resounding theme for me personally and for any business owner or leader is to stay the course.
Mm.
Despite the difficulty that you may experience, no matter the challenge, no matter the issues you may endure, stay the course. It's just a matter of time before things change. And when that does occur and you stay the course, then you're likely to realize the vision.
All right. What are some of the biggest challenges you've faced with inclusive care and keeping it going, especially as being the CEO?
Yeah, so it's a tough job. We just try to make it look easy. We put on our lipstick and we keep it moving as female leaders, I should say. So, toughest challenges of the day is really just having a big heart but few resources.
Mm.
The government has shut down this for the last 7 days or so. And so there's uncertainty for many. Some of our patients obviously will be impacted, but I'm here to say, ladies and gentlemen, listening audience, that inclusive care is going to be here for you and accessible to you no matter what happens.
Okay. So, and most people don't realize or recognize that inclusive care, how many services do y'all have? Because I know you got the medical, you have dental, you also have a daycare. So can you let the listening audience know all of the things that are under the inclusive care umbrella?
Yes. So first, it'd be important to note where our locations are. So we're located at 7001 Lapelco Boulevard in Marrero. We also are in Avondale community, where we made our start 21 years ago at 3932 US Highway 90, and also at Williams Boulevard, 2552 Williams Boulevard. If I said too fast, you can please refer to our website, and our telephone number is 504 341 4006. So if you feel that that's out of reach for you, no worries because we've got you covered. We have free transportation that's door to door. When we cannot provide our direct services by none other than Mr. Jerome, a shout out to Mr. Jerome. And I have to say that because sometimes our patients say, if Mr. Jerome doesn't come and pick me up, I'm not attending
All right.
because he's the magic sauce. That's the type
Gotcha.
of service that we provide
So
that's
can you
unique.
can you say that price again for that service?
It's free.
Free 99 people.
Free.
Free 99.
Yes. So we do provide free transportation. As far as other specialty services, one that's on the horizon is behavior health. I mean, we are in a mental health crisis. And so that means that 1 in 5 patients and sometimes 1 in 2 patients actually have some sort of mental health or behavioral health need.
Right.
Anxiety, depression, substance use disorders, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, things of that nature. So we are here. We can provide it in a telehealth environment, which means that we can call. You can be wherever you are and provide that service to you. So that's a critical need. Podiatry. You mentioned Zulu. Oh my
Right.
goodness, Dr. George Ray,
Right.
Providence Prince,
Providence Prince.
23 or so. But
It was 23.
nevertheless, yes. So he is fabulous. I'm so blessed to work with so many talented individuals. And so Dr. George Ray has been with us for at least 3 or 4 years now and really moving and shaking. In addition to that, we offer women's health services along with GI services. And I believe that we mentioned dental and in-house pharmacy services. So that's an important piece as well.
Yeah, and the
Shout
in-house
out.
pharmacy is some of the best prices you're gonna meet on this side of heaven.
Oh, absolutely. Because guess what?
What?
We also provide free, free delivery services.
Ah,
So we give you no reason not to take good care of yourself. We have doctors who can speak your language, who look like you, who can understand the challenges that you may have as a patient and as a person. And we also have the transportation services. We have Medicaid application assistance if you need, as well as individuals who can answer questions as the needs arise.
and also, can you tell them about the daycare or the I forgot what it's
Yes,
called.
it's an early learning center. It's
Okay.
called Little Ivy Prep. So Little Ivy Prep is adjacent across the street from 7001 Lapalco at 6971 Lapalco Boulevard in Marrero. We have the pleasure of working with the operators who are also have crew. They're part of Crew of Athena. Actually, its founder and its leader,
Okay.
Dr. Taisha Payne. She is an educator by heart and certainly has a heart and pulse for the community. So the intent with the Early Child Care Center is probably threefold. One, we're assisting and helping to forge the smart, ensuring that individuals have smart starts. If we start with 0 to 4, infants to 4 years, then we are hoping that we put them in a very good position for education.
Okay.
And they're going to be our workforce of the future. So that's also a part of a workforce initiative to be able to start smart and young. And then finally, it helps our employees. So our team members, if you work with inclusive care, you actually can have your children have first preference to be able to get your early child care learning needs at Little Ivy Prep.
Got it. What are your future goals for inclusive care?
Well, I'm hoping that inclusive care does just what you've said and underscored in the last 20 minutes, and that's to be everywhere. They're high need, and certainly there is high need in our communities, and not too many people are going without. So the more we can have access to care is where we want to be.
What legacy do you want to leave with inclusive care in this community?
Sure. So my personal mantra is to lift as I climb, and I can't say that I was the person that coined that phrase. Um, so to lift as I climb simply means to me that as I'm elevating, I'm also bringing and uplifting communities in which I represent. So you mentioned earlier that I am reigning Queen 3 Select for the dynamic crew of music that was established in 2022. Probably you were probably one of the reasons why the crew got started, and
Right.
Zulu, the brands, and bringing Mardi Gras to the West Bank and Marrero. But all of this is about the same cause. It's
Okay.
about elevating, strengthening, and empowering people.
So that was a perfect segue for the next question. How does it feel to be the 2026 Queen Select 3 of the Mystic Crew of Music?
Well, I can say that I am not holding that title lightly. With humility, I'm very happy to represent the crew, and I want to be able to do all that I can to lift our local community and to be a positive force so that the crew actually can reach the standards of the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club. You're the leader in all of this, so hopefully we can allow the crew to or do what we can do with King Select 3 Honorable E. Adrian Adams. A shout out to
What's
you,
up, brother
sir.
Adam?
So hopefully we can elevate and sustain the crew for a long time.
All right, so if you have any questions, you have something to add to the conversation, please dial in or phone in at 504-582-9422. So we're going to jump into the community calendar right now. Like I said earlier, on last Friday, we had First Friday at Willie Mays. Happy hour was from 3 to 6. And we try to get in early because now it's high school football season. And I know that everybody and their cousins was across the river over in Algiers for the St. Aug versus Carr game. So shouts out to both teams. Shout out to Brother Jamar McNeely for being instrumental in all of that, and all of that goes on. So also on Saturday, October the 11th, 2025, that is Election Day here in the city of New Orleans. So I encourage everybody to go out and vote. And although you vote by blind ballot, please don't vote blind. Vote for the person who has the most in favor for you and who's going to do the best for you. So please let your vote and your voice be heard. So whatever you do, no matter who you vote for, go vote. And then on October the 18th, 2025, D. Southern University A&M College will be having homecoming in Baton Rouge on the Bluff. So all the Southern Knights, I ask that you be on your way to see the Jaguars play. And if nothing else, just be out there. And then on Friday, October the 24th, 2025, the New Orleans Region Black Chamber of Commerce will be hosting the Phenomenal Woman Empowerment Conference on this campus here at Xavier University from 9 to 3 p.m. We have a lot of things that are in store for you. We have four different panels. One of the panels are women leaders in medicine. Another panel is We Got Now, Lady Carnival Organizations. Then it's Sisterhood, Ladies of Divine Nine, and also Ladies in Politics. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, it has been set up on Eventbrite, or you can contact me at 504-343-1138, or I can be reached at norbcc.chairman2025@gmail.com. So tables are $1,000. It seats 10, $100 a ticket, and $150 for the vendors. So vendors, please come on out and sell all your goods, and we pray that when you come out, you sell out. And not only sell out yourself or your person, but sell out your goods. And hopefully and prayerfully on next Saturday, we don't get anybody that sells out to the wrong folks that we don't want them to to sell out too. Let everybody be for us and with us. So, Dr. Williams, how can a listening audience get in contact or involved with Inclusive Care?
Yeah, so our website is www.inclusivecare without the e.com. And the telephone number is 504-341-4006.
All right, Doc, and I gotta ask, I've already hit you up about the Phenomenal Woman Empowerment Conference. So, what do you hope that Inclusive Care can bring to or add to the Phenomenal Woman Empowerment Conference that the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce is hosting?
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, it must be a setup, right? That he'd ask that question, but no, and put me on the spot. But we'd love to do that for the reasons that you have identified. You're elevating the voices of women in the community. I'm really impassioned by the topics, and I know you will have a phenomenal group of speakers. I know a few of them already. If you don't don't know them and you need to know them, then I'm happy to connect you. So shout out to all of the women, and hopefully all roads will lead to here on October 24th.
All right. So, Doc, we got 2 minutes left. So you got 2 minutes of power to give our listening audience. So is there any lasting words that you want to leave our audience with for today?
Yeah, so again, it's fall, y'all. It is fall festival season. We just had a wonderful weekend of festivals in the greater New Orleans area. Shout out to the Chicken Fest. That was very hugely successful. We'd like to model after you in a small way on November 1st. Our fall festival will take place at Bonneville Boat Launch. It is free. We are providing a VIP experience for those who like premier settings. There will be several local vendors and sponsors. So we're looking forward.
All right. So please go to the Fall Fest. And if you're at the Fall Fest and the food truck man that had what was it? Apple pie wings.
Oh,
if he's out there with apple pie wings, please check them out. They are very good. So once again, we thank you for tuning in. We thank you for calling in. And if you're trying to dial in, hey, wait till next week. We'll be back on next Wednesday at 12 noon. See you then. And thank you for joining us on this day. And although at the end of the day got to end, so does this show. Thank y'all. Peace and see you soon.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily express the views or opinions of Equity Media, its management, staff, or affiliates of WBOK.
Welcome to this edition of Dr. Flores 101, The Living Classroom.